Hi and welcome to a new episode of our Topmotive Studio. Today I have my colleague sitting next to me, Ilenia.
Hello.
Ilenia, you are playing a major role in expanding Topmotive's presence in Italy. So we will talking about the Italian market today and how we are positioned in the market, what makes it unique, and also what opportunities lie ahead. So I'd say just jump right in, Ilenia, with a short overview. Could you maybe tell us how is Topmotive currently represented in Italy?
First of all, at the industry level, we do already serve several customers, so parts manufacturers for cars or trucks, who are our data suppliers, so present on our Topmotive data pool, so that they are visible with their articles and brands on our TechCAD database or also for the webshop projects. We also provide some of them with electronic catalogs so that they can display and showcase their own portfolio online, typically within their homepage. And then speaking about online parts catalogs, both for internal identification or as a webshop projects, we also have several customers with a differentiation, we can say. In the truck sector, we are very well established and I could say also reference somehow for the market with our Topmotive truck VIN catalog, which is being daily used basically by the vast majority of truck distributors, but also garage networks with typically with the integration of repair and maintenance information. In the car sector, we can say it's a little bit different. We do have some customers, also somehow varied between distributor, ricambista, the local smaller wholesaler, and also garage networks. But we are still a young player on the market, so we still have a lot of potential for growth in Italy.
Okay, thank you, Ilenia, for the first insights. Is there a reason why we are still a young player in this sector?
Yes, I would say the main reason is actually linked to somehow the habits of the markets. So this concept of selling the parts online or purchasing the parts online that we know in Germany is not really developed in Italy. So the mechanic would not really, log in on an online platform and look for the parts himself. The mechanic typically relies on traditional ordering modes like giving a call or sending a text message to the ricambista, and then it's up to him to find the right parts and to make an offer. So I would say that that's the biggest limitation. It's linked, of course, to cultural habits. We are expecting this to change. So the tendency is still that the online business and, generally speaking, digital tools also in this sector will be more and more important, but it takes some time, of course. Then we can say there is competition, of course, in the market. The first layer of the typical three-step distribution model in Italy, so really the business between the distributor and the wholesaler. There, of course, the e-procurement platform, the webshop, is really a need, a must, and so it's very developed. But there, of course, the local competitors, the so-called software houses, which have been long established on the market and they have physical presence, they are, of course, having the main customers' projects today. Mm-hmm. And maybe lastly, I would say we are talking still about a price-sensitive market. So somehow people are still reluctant in, investing or giving a monetary value anyway, to data and to digital tools.
Okay, thank you for giving these insights. And besides the general market landscape, are there exceptions or disruptive offers, for the Italian market? Could you maybe give us some insights here as well?
Sure. Well, considering the background, we are really happy to have actually especially two very innovative projects. One being actually backed up by maybe one of the biggest, if not the biggest, distributor in the aftermarket world in Italy. And it's highly innovative in the sense that it's addressing the garages with the garage concept, but it's actually also linking the garages to the local ricambisti. And these, of course, aimed at supporting the whole business through the whole distribution chain, let's say. And then we have a second project, really interesting too, and quite exceptional, considering what I said about the mechanics. And we are collaborating together with a totally independent garage network made up, I must say that, by highly professional mechanics, and they just decided they wanted to have their own e-procurement procurement platform, and then they decided to entrust us to develop their own webshop, which is, of course, individually configured as a multi-supplier platform, so that they can still, have a link to their preferred suppliers.
Mm-hmm. Great. And for all of them out there who want to know more about, the insights you just gave us, who want to get to know further details, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure. Well, first of all, you can drop me anytime a LinkedIn message. But also, I think the best opportunity is to meet in person at the next Autopromotech show in Bologna, Italy, from the 21st to the 24th of May. Hall 30 and stand E14.
And as we all know, you are an Italian native speaker. Maybe you can say that again in Italian.
Ok, certo. Vi aspettiamo sul nostro stand, padiglione 30, stand E14, dal 21 al 24 maggio sulla fiera Autopromotech a Bologna. Arrivederci.
Thank you. Sounded great. So thanks for joining us today on the couch. And yes, if you are around in Bologna, just stop by and Ilenia will be happy to help you out. And we will see you again in our next episode. So stay tuned and ciao from the Topmotive Studio.